Hello, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for being here. It is so good to see so many of you, new faces, old faces. I'm just so glad that you guys are all here together and we can celebrate this incredible year we just had. And so if you've come to one of these before or you've heard kind of this recap, often the story will be wrapped around the tangible numbers. The numbers that are so blatantly inspiring that we do year in, year out. And they're usually around registrations and fundraising and volunteers. And those numbers are always inspiring. But what I reflected in these last couple of weeks to see what is it about this past year that is so story-worthy, it's actually not about the numbers. It is so much about the conversations that are happening at a local level, at a national level, and at an international level, which is so much more inspiring to think about where our story as an organization is now and where our story is going. Not to get me wrong, like the numbers are incredible. I think we had 1,800 volunteers on 25 campuses. You guys taught 17,000 students, raised $375,000 that are investing in 25 development projects across Latin America. So there are the numbers. I just wanted to get them out quickly because they're incredible. And so I can sit on that and reflect, and I want you guys to sit on that, to reflect in your own chapters, in your own ways, how crazy that is. But what I want to kind of put a different level onto where this year was in regards to our story, because there were some incredible micro and macro situations of conversations that are happening that are going to redefine the social space and how we are changing the game of both education locally, about peer-to-peer learning, about leadership development, and then in international development. And so the conversations start right at the very beginning in the teaching. We've already talked about the exam-aid system and how we help students, but a new conversation that we're starting to develop is this year, we created a brand new website for all of our chapters. And those websites include a place where all students who came to a session get to review material. And they get to review the material up until the exam. And we've done stats and we see that students look at the material essentially right up until your exam. And what our amazing IT team did this year is they built a conversation tool, a chat, a very, very simple chat feature that gets plunked right on that page. And I started viewing some of these documents or these review pages this past April, and I just sat there and I looked at some of the students talking to each other. We always have this model where we help students in a one-to-many relationship. We try to extend that conversation later. We try to be there afterwards and we answer questions. But it was really neat to see that the conversation was now happening on a student-to-student level. These students were helping each other out where they didn't have a peer group, and yet were able to ask a question on slide 100 or 105, and another student helped them out. And me being able to, I guess, be the administrator of seeing this happen was a pretty special moment. Now take it up. So from the student level, we look at you guys, student volunteers, and being able to see, mostly on Facebook, see your conversations, see how you guys interact with each other, seeing your groups, seeing the posts and the messaging that you guys do to really enable a cool connectivity. And not just on the local level, but on the national level, having groups of presidents and having them help each other and having them take lessons learned from one school and apply it at another school. This is the definition of us being able to take what was 10 years ago at Laurier of just a cool idea is now being yours at your school, and now you're able to help other students at their school be better social entrepreneurs, be better leaders. And being able to see that and help in any way I can is a wonderful experience. And then take it up a notch to almost a regional or national level. And over the course of the year, we haven't just been having conversation, but also seeing some really cool action. A great example of that is one of our partners, Ernst & Young. We launched our first pilot of EY staff actually helping and teach exam aids right before exams as we run exam aids. This April, we piloted 6 different schools. We had 18 volunteers, EY staff here helping in the classroom for managerial accounting. Those staff helped over almost 300 students raise $6,000, but more importantly, started a really cool conversation of SOS being enabler of connecting professional staff and superstars down to the level of first and second year students who are not only crazy looking for this help, but looking for that mentorship role. And so I know there's a couple EY staff here. There are a couple EY staff here that are teachers. I know a couple, yeah, back there. Thank you so much. It's great to see you here. And so it's really inspiring for us to be able to play that vehicle to really support students in a whole new different way. And so you even take on a national level right now, over the course of the summer, we're talking with various publishers, the largest publishers in the country and world, to have them see how can we help you guys and your volunteers and the students all across Canada be better educators, be better communicators, actually help you guys have a better impact. And so having these cool national conversations are really just enabling us to have a bigger impact and be bigger, be stronger as a unit, and being able to be part of those conversations is incredible. It's an incredible process to be on. And then you even take it on a national or international level. We now get to a point with some of the communities and some of the countries that we work in, we get NGOs emailing us saying, hey, I saw an experience, I saw student volunteers. I was in a community where SOS was there and heard incredible stories about the volunteers who were there and the care that they put in that community, being incredible stewards, not only for this organization, not only for this country, but for the work, this volunteerism that Laura just talked about us actually being there for the right reasons. And NGOs, organizations are coming to us because they want to work with us. They want more of you guys there in those communities, realizing that we're not just those organizations that are traditionally ostracized on those practices. And so that's a message that I get to say thank you guys for that have been part of those processes to really be that incredible steward for us as an organization and for our country. And so it's really cool to start seeing this international exposure and connectivity and conversation that as we continue to grow, and as we continue to have a bigger impact on campus and have more volunteers and engage on different places across this continent, it's those conversations that I get to have a chance to reflect and say, this is really something special. This is really something that is not just about numbers. It's not just about numbers students taught. It's not just about our quality ratings, which are incredible, to say the least. It's not just about the fundraising goals or how many builds or all that kind of stuff. Those numbers are, and always will be inspiring. But it's the conversations that I see you guys have. It's a conversation that I see you guys have, be it in person, online, with your students, seeing your conversations with your NGO partners who are also on Facebook, and they're sharing updates from the builds and conversations with the community, and being able to see that experience doesn't just end the moment you touch ground in Canada, but that experience can last so much longer, and that is really, really cool. And so as I reflect on this year, and especially when I look at how these conversations are all kind of growing towards where I think we can be as an organization 5 years from now. 5 years from now, Students Offering Support won't just be an array or an association of campus clubs. We will always be campus clubs because that's the greatest way we can connect as a grassroots solution to students, but we'll be a strong and unified movement. A movement of student leaders who are absolutely dedicated to not only helping others, but helping and develop themselves to being better leaders. And through that, all the good happens on campus, international, and 5 years from now, we'll be a connected unit and a complementary service to the university support that they provide. And being able to be recognized and seeing that there are now 5 universities, some of you here are having conversations with your university administrations to have those real conversations about SOS and your systems and your education supports to actually break down some of those barriers and ceilings that we've been struggling with for the last 10 years to truly gain acceptance. And hearing 5 different schools and senior administrators, deans, VPs, presidents, who are opening their ears to what it is that you guys are doing on campus and the impact that you're having, those conversations are the ones that 5 years from now the work that you guys have started and those seeds that you guys have planted are going to turn into incredible movements on every single campus, to being not just the largest organization, be it in Canada, but in every single school. SOS is there. What I say as 5 years from now that I'd love for us all to say is when you see a grade 12 student and they're worried about next year, what they do in university, what's their life going to be like, I want us to be able to say to them, don't worry. Well, you can worry, but I want you to say to them that SOS is going to be there. Wherever you end up going, wherever you choose to pursue your post-secondary in the university world, SOS is going to be there to help you get through. And SOS is going to be there to get through those first midterms. We're also going to be there to help you, help figure who you are, help give you those experiences. And so right now, we're not there yet. That full vision isn't fully complete. But in a couple years, given the conversations that you guys are having and that we're having and all of us are having, that's where I can totally see us having an incredible impact in this country. And so I want to say to you guys, continue having those conversations because they are so special and so necessary. So thank you guys for all your work this year. I'm so excited for next year, and I'm excited to celebrate the year with you guys for the rest of the night. So thank you.